Hello everyone and welcome back to Very Cold Lasagna, your filthy casual place for all the filthy casual takes on the world of sports. I am DylanLasagna and welcome to another round of weekly NFL picks for the 2022 season, and it is week 8. Welcome to the 8th week of the NFL season, and I gotta say, we really are in an alternate reality of football, man. It like all these bad teams doing well and the good teams doing bad. We really are in the multiverse of football madness, man. We really are. So, looking at these slate of games for the 8th week, I mean, you got some slightly better ones than the past 2 weeks because, man, the past 2 weeks of football were dog dookie water. They really were. I mean, at least I say slightly good because at least you have some stakes in these matchups, but hey, what do you know, right? What do you know? I'm just a filthy casual fan sitting in this chair. So anyway, let's look at these week 8 matchups and give you my picks for these games. We started things off on Thursday Night Football only on Amazon Prime Video for $15 a month as the Baltimore Ravens downed the Tampa Bay Bucks 27-22. And this was all despite the Ravens losing Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman to injuries midway through the game. But the Ravens reserves stepped up and helped out Lamar Jackson in a big win over Tom Brady and the Bucks. And man, the Bucks are in shambles now. I'm not going to go too hard on them because of the latest news with Tom Brady. So give Tom Brady his privacy, please, during this time. So yeah, not going to go too hard on the Bucks this week. So just chillax on them a little bit. Even though they're 3-5, just give them some space this week. So going to the Sunday slate of games, starting with the early morning portion, the Denver Broncos go down to London, mate, to take on the Jaguars. Both teams are 2-5, desperately needing a win, especially the Broncos. Yeah, they're 2-5, and Nathaniel Hackett, their head coach, could possibly be fired if Denver loses this game to the all-elite Jaguars, man. Yeah, you don't want to lose to Tony Khanman's Jaguars, man. So, Russell Wilson's going to play this game. He even worked out on the flight to London for 4 hours. So, that man never sleeps. But will it equate to a win? We'll see. We'll see if that offense finally gets in sync. But if it doesn't, bye-bye Nathaniel Hackett, possibly. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, I look at how they do on offense, and they're solid, but for whatever reason, they just can't finish games. They can't finish drives. So, not sure what exactly is going on with this Jags offense. We were definitely too early to crown them like they were back on a roll, and it just sucks, man. Perhaps they were a year or two early on schedule, so it's kind of sucked. It really does suck. So definitely, maybe we go with Denver in this game, but who knows? Who definitely knows for sure? The Carolina Panthers at 2-5 take on the Atlanta Falcons at 3-4, and somehow, some way, this game is for first place in the NFC South thanks to the Bucks losing on Thursday night. Somehow, well, again, alternate universe, man. So the Bucks, since they lost, the Panthers have an opportunity to either build on that upset from the Bucks game, or potentially revert back to tank mode. Who knows? Depends on what interim coach Steve Wilkes wants to do. Anyway, for the Falcons, they were exposed a bit in that game in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow attacking their weak secondary, and they stopped balancing the run and the pass, and they actually stopped passing a lot in that game in Cincinnati. So, yeah, maybe we want to go back to the pass with Mariota there. So, either way, I'm going to give the edge to Carolina here because they still have a solid defense, actually much better than Carolina does. And PJ Walker, he's all right. So, give me Carolina in this one. Bears football at 3-4 takes on the Dallas Cowboys at 5-2. And I expect this to be a more defensive battle as Dak Prescott continues to work his way back into the offense after the thumb injury. So expect a battle of the defenses here in this game. So give me Dallas in this tightly contested one in this game against the Bears. The Miami Dolphins at 4-3 take on the 1-5 to Detroit Lions. Like with Dak, Tua is continuing to work his way back into the offense. But unlike with Dak, Tua suffered 2 concussion scares a month ago. And who knows, maybe that offense finally starts to click against a fighting Detroit defense. But oof. Yeah, Jared Goff though. Yeah, he's holding that offense back and hurting Detroit's chances at hitting their ceiling in this rebuild. So give me the Dolphins in this game. The Arizona Cardinals at 3-4 take on the Minnesota Vikings at 5-1, coming off a bye. The Cardinals offense, it's not really that different with DeAndre Hopkins. Sure, it's a little electric, but the execution at times is still lacking. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, coming off this bye, there's plenty to improve. Like, the aggressiveness on certain downs. Kirk Cousins, like, not electing to throw the check down, maybe a little bit more than usual, please. And pass protection. Protect Kirk Cousins better. So I do like the Vikings in this game against Arizona. There's plenty of places to attack. So give me the Vikings in this one. The Las Vegas Raiders at 2-4 head down to New Orleans to take on the Saints at 2-5. So for the Raiders, they're looking to keep the momentum going. They might have found some sustainable success maybe with Josh Jacobs with this 3-touchdown game against the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they're just looking for something. They're honestly just looking to find like some hope in anything with all the injuries happening, because they're certainly not getting anything done. So give me the Raiders in this one, to be honest with you. The New England Patriots at 3-4 take on the New York Jets at 5-2 in this AFC East battle. What is going on with the Patriots, man? It's just baffling to me. They honestly wouldn't be in this position if Bill Belichick didn't mishandle the quarterback position on Monday night with Mac Jones getting benched for Bailey Zappi in the loss to the Bears. Like, all they literally had to do was play Bailey Zappi from the start, and then had Bailey Zappi been shit, then yeah, go back to Mac Jones. No, you instead play Mac Jones, and then he does shitty, and then Bailey Zappi, he scored 14 unanswered, and then in the second half he played like shit. So now, yes, Mac Jones is starting, and now he has to play a uprising defense in the Jets that's playing really well. And sure, they don't have Breece Hall anymore on offense due to the ACL injury, but they just traded for James Robinson, and he's no Breece Hall, sure, but he's still a very solid running back. So hopefully Zach Wilson will step up for the Jets offense and gain some chemistry with the other receivers. So give me the Jets in this game. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 2-5 take on the 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles coming off the bye week. For the Eagles, you gotta figure out how you can keep this momentum going. Don't sleep on any of these teams. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, Kenny Pickett, he's showing a couple of flashes here and there, but not quite yet equating to wins, and I don't expect it to happen here against the Eagles unless they just sleep on the wheel. So give me the Eagles in this one. The late afternoon games, the Tennessee Titans at 4-2 take on the 4-1 Houston Texans in an AFC South division matchup. The top stories of the week, the Titans. They're looking to establish themselves. I mean, at this point, they actually are. They're clear-cut division winners. I mean, not by default, but I mean, at this point, with the Colts benching Matt Ryan, the Jaguars suddenly just being all elite, and then here we are with the Texans. Davis Mills sucks. I mean, at this point, it's the Titans' division to lose. Meanwhile, the Texans, I think at this point, Dameon Pierce should just be the focal point of the offense. So, give me the Titans in this one. Speaking of the Colts, they host at 3-1, host the Washington Commanders at 3-4, and all of a sudden, Washington, sure, they're not going to win the division or make the playoffs and all, but hey, you're suddenly like bottom feeders, at least for now, because Taylor Heineke has helped you win 2 in a row, or at least Carson Wentz, or the Bears gave you a free game, and Taylor Heineke helped you upset the Packers. So you're suddenly commanding a 2-game win streak. And for the Colts, yeah, backup Sam Ehlinger is making his first start, and then after Matt Ryan was benched for the season. So, let's see how this goes. So give me the Commanders, unless Ehlinger somehow plays miraculously well. Give me the Commanders in this one. My San Francisco 49ers at 3-4 take on the 3-3 LA Rams. The 49ers coming off 2 straight blowout losses, more injuries, more dysfunction on offense, and a lot of finger pointing on the team now. Yeah, 49ers football in that organization. Jed York, time to take control of that team now, please. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they're looking to seek revenge from that Week 4 game and catch up with Seattle in that division race. Take control, retake control of that division. And considering where the 49ers are at now and the Rams starting to get a little bit healthier, I'm going to take the Rams in this one. And this is coming from a realistic 49ers fan. The New York Giants at 6-1 take on the 4-3 Seattle Seahawks. And somehow, some way, this has become one of the more interesting matchups in Week 8, considering where they're at. Like I said, Giants 6-1, Seahawks 4-3. And both of them are all of a sudden doing well. This is literally a test of legitimacy between both of these surprise teams. So I like how Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and this overall Giants team have been somehow, some way pulling hat tricks to come back in each of their games, while Geno Smith and the Seahawks offense are putting it together on offense to win these games. So I do like what they have on defense on the New York side. So give me the Giants to win a close one over Seattle. And then in the Sunday Night Football game, the Green Bay Packers at 3-4 take on the 5-1 Buffalo Bills, who are coming off a bye. I expect the Packers continue struggles on offense to continue, even if Aaron Rodgers remains confident in winning and upsetting the Bills. And yeah, like I said, the Packers offense, they're going to continue to struggle. Meanwhile, for the Bills, this was, like I said, this is a point of time last year where they were really, really just ran into a funk on both sides of the ball after they beat Kansas City. So they better not do it this year. Otherwise, well, considering how Kansas City played last week against the 49ers, yeah, they probably can't afford to do that. So give me the Bills in this game against the Packers. And then on the Monday Night Football closer of the week on Halloween, the Cincinnati Bengals at 4-3 take on the Cleveland Browns, the Skid Marks, at 2-5. The Bengals offense, they looked really dynamic. Looked like their 2021 selves for the past 2 games. And they're looking to follow it up against the Browns, who are dressing up like their true selves on Halloween. The Toilet Bowl Skid Marks. Meanwhile, for the Browns, at this point, with all the losses you're piling on, I think you have like 1 more month until Deshaun Watson comes back. At this point, do you really need to play him? Sure, it'd be nice to have you get him some reps in the offense, but do you really need to play him? Just saying. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals in this one. I also forgot to mention that there's only 2 teams on bye this week, and that's like literally half of the AFC West, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Clippers. Oh, sorry. For all the Chargers fans out there in Los Angeles, the LA Chargers. We call them the Clippers here for a reason, But anyway, those are my picks for Week 8 for the 2022 season. Let me know your thoughts, your picks, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Let's have a conversation about it in the comments below. But anyway, this is DylanLasagna of Very Cold Lasagna signing out. very cold lasagna, and keep that lasagna very cold in the fridge with your takes on the world of sports. And, well, let's just hope this week 8 is not like the past 2 weeks. Total garbage. Let's just hope not. Anyway, until next time, peace out.